Hey, this Friday, tickets are going on pre-sale for Cox and Crendor and Chilluminati Live in Chicago, November 1st. Look out for my and Crendor's social medias for tweets and or blue skies and or whatever's Instas about it. Lots of stuff. We'd love to see you there. Also, today's episode is brought to you by Raycon. Raycon has got those good earbuds for your ears. Now let's jump to this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Cox and Crendor.
Cox and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Live. Before our recording studio audience. Recording.
Wake your ass up! It's up next Crendor in the morning!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning. I think I said Skox and Screndor.
Welcome to Skox and Screndor in the morning.
I can't wait to see what the auto translate we on the forums. I keep getting, or on maybe on Discord as well. I keep getting what it auto translates that intro into, and it's always like, welcome to Gran and Grandkids in the morning, or welcome to Chris to Cross in the morning. It's always so funny.
Honestly, we should just keep changing the name of the show every week. That wouldn't mess with
That's
the
good branding right there. Yeah, everyone will enjoy that.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a good
Donkey
goof.
Lips in the Butt Brain in the morning.
Be a good goof for like a month.
Welcome
Maybe
to
a couple weeks.
Slappo and Gorpo in the morning.
Slappo and Gorpo would be our like Kazakhstan show.
Yes, it would. Slappo and Gorpo.
It's me, Gorpo.
It's me, Slappo. We have many joke.
Slappo, what's the joke today?
What is the best party in the world?
I don't know. What is?
The Communist Party. Waka waka waka.
It's joke.
It's good joke.
It's his knee Slappo.
You mock me? You mock me? I kill you.
No, vodka. We drink.
Oh, okay. See, that's great. That's good comedy.
It's every episode.
Yeah.
That's honestly, that's ahead of its time. That's like 2029. I was gonna say like 2050.
So
you know what?
ahead of its time.
2029. We're almost there.
Stupid.
How's your week?
Good. I spent all of it kind of catching up from a week of God.
Oh yeah, gaming.
All weekend,
games.
all last weekend, I did play days. So I was running around, I was playing games. It was very fun. It's one of the best parts of the job, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then I got back and I was like, all right, well, I got a bunch of stuff to do. And then immediately jumped into work. And I forgot how much stuff I had to do. And then, because I was going to put it all off till after play days.
Of course.
And then companies hit me up and they were like, hey, it's Next Fest. Do you want to play our demo? And I was like, will you pay me? And they're like, yup. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm doing that plus the other work I have. What a mess. What a mess. And then I got people who were like, Jesse, you didn't finish Expedition 33 yet. I'm like, God, I'm only one man. I'm only a man, innocent man. Like I can't do everything. So yeah, it's welcome to the world of entertainment.
Damn, the ruthless coal mines of entertainment.
Yeah. The only it isn't that it's I don't want to do the things I want. Like I would love to play the games you want and be on stream all the time, but there's literally only 24 hours in a day.
Right.
I can only do so much with the time I have. So yeah, I've tried to kick it into 11th gear. 11th gear? Yep, that's right.
The 11th gear.
Yep. 11th gear. I tried to kick it into 11th gear, and I am so burnt out. I woke up. That's an example. In Final Fantasy XIV, there was a Lalafell Day, an international Lalafell Day, and I was like, I gotta see what this is. I gotta know. So I found out that it happens at 6 a.m. Pacific time.
All right.
So I woke my ass up for a goof to be on stream at 6 a.m. to go to World Lalafell Day to see what was going on. It was hilarious. It was very funny. But why'd I do that, dude? What was the point? In my mind, I was like, well, surely I will have a great time and do all this stuff. And it'll be dumb. What a stupid thing for me to do. What a giant
Terrible
waste of
idea.
money. Like, Yeah, just silly.
Actually, when do you get up for Geekenders?
6:30.
That's like around then, but that's like a once a week thing.
Yeah. I mean, this was a mistake on my part. So the previous night before, and this is I got tricked. So I have said to you numerous times, I don't want to Switch 2. I don't need it. I'll get it in the winter when the first game I actually care about comes out.
Right.
Well, fate conspired against me, and Alex Fossiani, friend of the pod,
of course,
straight up was like, yo, I got a Switch 2 for you. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, I was there. And they had a bunch, and I was like, huh? So now I have a Switch 2.
I like how Alex is like, if I had to pick somebody, I would have picked Alex. Just like, dude, I was just out in the wild, and just found another Switch 2. Like, oh, shit, they just picked it off the Switch tree.
Yeah, he messaged me and he was like, you want this? I was like, yeah. It almost had the same connotation of it fell off the back of the truck. You know what I mean? He was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm like,
found it in the trash.
So he brings me the Switch 2 and he's like, all right, in order to manage the account and switch everything over, you have to like get your Switch out and do the whole thing where you transfer stuff. So rather than be an adult and go to bed at a reasonable time last night, I instead was up till midnight. Now, again, I had to be up at 5 a.m. So that is minimum 5 hours of sleep, which is not conducive to my life. Yep. But then I proceeded to wake up because I had a lot to drink, not like booze, but water and stuff, because I was sitting up and I was trying to focus on like dealing with the Switch.
Right.
And I just kept waking up to pee. It was a rough night. It was a rough night. I think I got maybe total somewhere around 4 hours of sleep. I don't know. Oof. But yeah, so I woke up and I did my thing. So I am exhausted, to say the least. But with that said, I did play around with that Switch, and that was pretty interesting. I downloaded that weird $10 learn to use a Switch
demo,
app.
Whatever.
I was like, I have to see what this is. Like, it can't be anything good. Dude, it's kind of awesome.
What makes it good?
So one of the things it does is it will ask you to test out stuff. So, for example, the microphone, it'll be like, hey, turn on a vacuum cleaner, make a lot of noise. And then it will just pick up your voice rather than the background noise, which I was like, interesting. But one of the things it does is it's like mute your TV. And then it will test the rumble feature of the Joy-Con. And it will make the Joy-Con make music. Like, the rumble will speed up so quickly, it'll make it make noises.
Oh.
I was like, what the hell? It's super interesting. A lot of it is things like learning to use the mouse, but every once in a while will surprise you with something truly unique. And you'd be like, huh, that's really cool. I don't know why it needs to do that, but that's really cool. There's a lot of that. It's definitely something that I was like, man, I should have saved this for stream. But at the same time, I'm not going to end up playing anything on that damn thing for a long time. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get Mario Kart, but I don't want to get. You know what I mean? I don't need it. Right. And I'll play it exactly one time. So
yeah,
I'll probably pass.
I love Mario Kart. I've been playing that almost every day, especially with viewers. It's fun. Then I yell at all of them. It's always a good time.
I am curious. By the way, I heard tell that if you have a Switch 2, that you might not even need Mario Kart if someone else has Mario Kart?
I have no idea. Maybe if you're like locally.
I can't confirm this. That's the rumor I saw.
Maybe if you're locally together or something. But like, I don't know about.
I don't know. I have no clue.
I did see an option where it's like somebody's like got the game nearby, so like it might actually be a thing. But yeah, I have no idea. Also, this just reminds me, there's like that YouTube short you made when I was on Geekenders, where it was like, is Crendor getting the Switch too? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. It was fun. I like doing it. And then there's like people in the comments like, Crendor's exactly the type of corporate consumer. I'm just like, shut up, all right? I was gonna buy the Switch anyway, all right? So what's the difference if I buy it now? Because I'm gonna play Mario Kart. I'm gonna play Donkey Kong next month, all right? And I'm gonna play Kirby's Air Ride. That's already 3 games I want to play. I wasn't just like, I'm gonna buy it just to buy it, all right? Plus, the people being like, I'm not gonna buy it, they probably were gonna buy it anyway. That's like me being like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy the Final Fantasy Magic Packs. I'm not gonna do it. It's like I was gonna buy those anyway. It's like, obviously, I can just sit there and be like, ugh. I hate it. 'Cause I know those are the type of people in the comments being like staying on their soapbox or whatever the shit. But you know what? 15 years of this. All right, I'm used to it. That's fine.
I think it's so funny that you as a person who knows you, you genuinely might be one of the few people I know who would actually truly use a Switch 2.
Yeah, I am. Well,
yeah. Most people in our space only would get it just to say they had it.
Yeah. Like, I'm
I
genuinely
didn't
excited
even want
for
it,
the
and I
game.
now have it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. In fact, before the Switch 2 came out, I was playing like old Nintendo games on my Switch with like Switch Online and whatever. Like, I was playing the old Pokemon trading card game. That was really fun.
that's so funny because if you were to go look at my Switch 2 right now, the only active game I have on it is a thing that lets me play old Super Nintendo games.
Yeah. They got like
That's
a
it.
bunch of old games on it. It's great.
Yeah, when I got it working, I started playing F-Zero for like an hour.
No, it's like genuinely really good for that. So, so yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with my purchase. It's great. I like the Switch too, and I got it before any crazy tariff stuff happens if it does. So like, I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, be happy.
Yeah.
People should just let you enjoy life. What the hell?
I just want to play Nintendo game.
If anyone should be able to knock you down a peg, it should be me. So,
Exactly.
chat, stop it. Let me do my job.
Yeah, let Amora farm, chat. All cap or no cap. I think
Yes,
that's what we learned last week or whatever, or whenever.
I don't know that we learned anything, but
Yeah, I don't think we did. I was gonna say here's the thing. Everybody's trying to get Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy stuff. All I've cared about is playing it in Magic Arena. And so I've been doing drafts of it every day for the last 5 days because it came out on like Tuesday, I think, for Magic
Yeah,
Arena.
yeah.
So honestly, it's a really good draft set. Like, it's a lot of fun to draft.
you remember how in Hearthstone you could do a Murloc deck?
Yeah.
And you could just flood the board with Murlocs? That's what I want to come up with that. I need that kind of... There's like rats. There's sewer rats.
Yeah, there's sewer rats, but Chocobo is like an easy flood one because you can get all the Chocobo cards and you like play lands and summons Chocobos. There's like the Chocobo race thing, you get Chocobos.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that would be fun, but I also feel like some of those are pretty easily counterable. I don't know. I want
Depends.
to like there's a Namazu, like the fish guys. I want to do maybe like a Namazu deck where because what it does is it not just hurts the enemy, it hurts you too, and I feel like
Right.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, right now I think green-black's pretty strong. Blue-black is really strong. Pretty much, I think black is just a really strong color. I tried red-white yesterday, went 0-3. Never again. That was terrible.
Who were you playing as? Red white. Why?
I don't know, you just draft.
Red black would be the way to go.
Well, it's draft. So you have to take what you can get.
Yeah, all right.
That's why I love drafting, because it's not like people just go in there with their net sweat decks, because you have to just take what you can get and build through the draft. So I always enjoyed doing that. It's the most like crazy one because you have to like spend 1,500 gems. But first draft I did, I won 6 out of 7 games, so I won back like 1,800 gems, and you get to keep all the cards for if you want to play like constructed or casual or whatever. So
That's
I did
cool.
that.
Yeah. I'm not a big online game version of it player, but like I'm also not a big take it seriously in real life player either. So that could be
Right.
fun.
No, I love draft. That's like the only way I play Magic, actually. And I've done that for, I think Magic Arena came out with my gallbladder. Like literally. So
Really funny.
I remember in Magic Arena beta, I was just drafting, and they're like, we'll refund all the money that you draft in beta. I was like, dude, I could double the drafting if I just give money now. So that's what I did. So I've had so much fun draft. I think my favorite drafting deck was Bloomborough. That was the best one. But
Bloomborough
honestly,
is very cute. All the animals. It's very Redwall.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
yeah, I love Bloomborough. That's the one. I actually did a real life draft with my friend with that one. That was great. And so Bloomborough was great. But honestly, I'd say Final Fantasy is like a top 4, top 5 draft set right now. Like I'm liking it.
They definitely put a lot of time into it,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah, it's really good. So if you like drafts, check that out, everybody. It's a good one. Plus, you don't
Check
have
that
to
out,
try to
everybody.
find Magic cards in your local Target or wherever you're going. Unless you just like collecting them, in which case, neat.
True. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've tallied it up everything. I'm about 40 cards away from a complete set. 10 of those cards are probably going to be impossible to find, but I will give it the old college try.
Yeah, that's about all you can do.
That's all you can do these days.
Well, I wrote down stuff. All right, let me go through my list of things I've written down.
Okay, talk to me.
Number 1, yesterday I got food, and when I picked it up, the guy there, usually I have my hair tied up, but I had it down, and he said, "Yo, you got long hair. You look like Jesus, man."
Hell yeah, so he knows what's up.
Yep. So I thought that was funny.
Now, do you know this man? Is this like a guy who's usually there?
Yeah, he always is like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And he just like gives me my food. So it's like a local kind of. They do like kebabs. They do like gyros. He's like, he's just like the guy
Okay, so you
working behind the
don't
counter.
know this man. This is just a guy you see with a frequency that he notices when you look like Jesus.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
I don't actually know. It's just when I go there and he's just like, "Hey, it's you," because I usually get it at least once a week.
Sure.
Then me and Toaster Woman last week went to the wine place we took you to last year.
Love the wine place. Good
Yep,
stuff.
we had one table sat down with the craziest stories. So this is what I heard from them yelling drunkenly out loud. All right.
Great. I'm already drunkenly yelling it.
Well,
This is
just
gonna be good.
very loud. You could hear them out of everybody. So she was like, "The flame's gone and they're trying to respark it." As soon as
All
I
right,
heard that,
so
I was like,
That's definitely
Okay.
some lady who's like ratting her friend's relationship out.
yeah. And then she said again loudly, so she's talking to Sam and they're like, "Are you guys swingers?" And I was like, "Oh shit. This is getting crazy."
Wait. Yeah, I'm about to say, hold on. I hope you listened more because now we're getting somewhere.
But then she's like, "I don't know what Sam said, but he got a black eye and he's on the ground." And they're like, "I don't know what he said, but they're fighting and he was asking for it." So that was all I got. But so from what I've pieced together, there's people trying to rekindle their relationship. And I don't know if they're asking people to swing or if other people were asking them to swing, but then somebody got offended by that and got into a fight about it. I think that's what happened.
The funniest part about it is the fact that she's just out there dishing someone else's business loudly at the wine place.
Oh, yeah. No,
That's the lady you don't trust any secrets with because she will spill all the
no.
details.
She also looked like somebody that would be straight out of like Real Housewives. So
Well,
that's,
all right, then everything's starting to come together a little bit more.
Yeah. No, if you would have seen her, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, she could be on that show." Where they just literally do that. They go to restaurants and just gossip about everybody.
What was the group that was with her?
She was with some guy that looked like he was a wannabe CEO or an actual CEO. And a woman that looked like it would be her friend.
Gotcha. All right.
So it was just
So I'm trying to
those
figure out
two.
who she. So is she with the CEO or is she the girl who goes to the thing? Like one of them's a couple,
Yeah.
and the other one is the third wheel who's there for like the hot goss.
Yeah.
And I would assume the other two brought the gossip lady along, and she's like, "I have all the details."
Yeah, I think
That's why
so.
they bring her places.
I think so. So it's either that or she's with the main guy and then he's just sitting around. Also Katya.
I love the main guy. Like it really is a TV show. You know, the main guy, and then she's the gossipy
the main
one.
guy. Also, I wrote down someone else there had a bag called the tote bag.
Boy, I bet that thing. You know what? I'm just gonna look up the price right
Yep.
now. I bet if I look up the tote bag, that thing is too much money.
There's I found one on Amazon from the Marc Jacobs store for $222.
Yeah, $195, $220. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just it looks like something
Ooh,
they would hand
leather
out.
one. A leather one, $450.
It's just it's got the tote bag on it. Like I don't get it. That's it just looks
I don't
like
know-
a
I don't have
bag they'd
answers
hand
for
out
you.
somewhere.
Yeah, it just looks like a bag.
I don't.
But ladies love their totes.
This is why I can't do fashion stuff.
I looked it up, and there's a lot of other ones that are like really silly.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is sometimes I'm kind of impressed. This one Please, if you would, Crendor. I don't want to
All right.
describe it at all.
Yep.
Look at this bag. Give it a description. I love this bag.
All right, this is a this is a bag shaped like a shaggy dog, and it's quite literally a shaggy dog, and it
Yeah.
opens up on top, and it's a bag.
Yeah, but it's like the shag on the shaggy dog isn't crappy fur stuff. It's leather.
Yeah, it's like the little leather strips. That's like the
wild
tassels
looking.
that hang off of a lot of bags, but made into a bag.
But the whole bag. Yeah, it's the whole bag.
Yeah, like, honestly, this is a solid bag. If I saw this, I'd be like, that's a cool bag. Like I would get that.
Yeah.
I'd understand it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm into. I like that. I have a bag that says tote bag. That's stupid. A bag
Yeah.
that looks like a shaggy dog. That's amazing.
It's also the like somebody bought that because they're like, I like shaggy dogs. This is a fun bag. Like you can already tell somebody they're not as serious. They're just having fun. They like animals or whatever. Like the tote bag person, they're probably like, I need to be with it. Like I need to be cool. I need to be fashionable. And you already know they're like try hard. So yeah,
Yeah, there's a bag that looks like a bag of money. That's very funny. Like one of those comically large bags of money from cartoons.
Yep.
There's, takeout bags that look like they're from McDonald's and Wendy's. That's kind of funny.
Yep.
There's some fun stuff in here. And then, then there's the $400 leather bag that just says tote bag. Again,
Yeah.
I don't get it, but I am with you. I'm not a fashion guy. I wear roughly the same 7 t-shirts over and over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, like, we're not like the best people to talk about fashion.
Yeah, I'm sure this is, this is popular for a reason. It's
Yeah.
the same kind of thing when I think about the those cups. I'm trying to think of what those damn cups everyone's
the
trying
Stanley
to collect.
cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think
And it's
people
like,
are doing
okay,
that anymore.
cool.
I think it was a fad.
It was from one crazy summer.
Let's see, what else did I write down? Oh yeah, I was doing I saw my doctor for my knee, and he was like, oh, you got good range of motion in it, you got good other stuff. He's like, most people, this type of injury, you just take physical therapy, rest a bit, it might take a bit longer, like a month or something, but you'll be good. So I was like, neat. So my favorite part was I was looking up, because now I'm seeing physical therapy, but like not for a month because they're so backed up. So my physical therapist was like, yeah, here's like, just do some exercises on YouTube. Don't do as much as you were doing, because I was doing way too much. And then I was like, all right. So I did some of those. My favorite is when you look in the comments and somebody will be like, thank you so much for these exercises. I'm already feeling better. Like I'll post updates. And then the entire comment thread of that is people being like, hey, any update? And there's just no response. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if that's good or bad. Like that's not good. A lot of times there'll be somebody that'll just be like, actually, yeah, it took like a month or two, but like I'm actually better. I'm feeling good. Or like, yeah, it took longer than I thought, but I'm doing good. But it's always just the one where they don't update. And you're just like, what happened to them? Are they okay? I think a lot of times people feel better and then they just move on. Like that's genuinely, I think, what happens a lot of the time. Because then you stop caring. You're like, oh, I feel good again. Cool. Then you just keep going about your life.
Yes. Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
Yeah. So, because usually the only people that are online posting about these things are people currently experiencing discomfort or pain, or people that are like experiencing that long term, or it's still going on. Like people that recover, they're like, all right, cool. Anyway, like I don't keep looking up gallbladder stuff. I'm like, I don't got that anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway. Whatever.
I mean, it's the same like thing as reviews when we were talking about that if you're happy, you're not going to take the time because you're like, I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly. So, luckily, my knee has been doing a bit better, although I did kind of overdo it a bit. And yes, last night I was kind of feeling it like, so I was like, uh-oh, so I backed off. I had to slow down because like I did some mall walking. I like walked to the bench and then I'd sit a bit and then I'd walk to another bench and then I'd sit. And I did like some grocery shopping. I actually went to the gym, did some chest exercises. So I think I was
when you say I walked at the mall and then I would sit and I walked to the mall and then I would
Right.
sit. How long were you at the mall?
I don't know, like 30, 40 minutes. Because I would just like walk a bit and I'd sit down. and be like, all right, rest. And then I'd walk a bit, and then I'd sit down, right? I just do that a little bit, and then I left.
Okay. All right. I just couldn't figure out if you were there for a while or... Because the way you described it, and I mean this in the nicest way,
Right.
sounded like how, the old lady mall walkers at 5 a.m. on a Saturday, they're at the mall, and they're moving around as fast as humanly possible.
Right.
But then as you walk through the mall, you see them sitting down, and they're eating like a full breakfast. And then they're walking to the mall again. I was just curious how you were doing. And I guess you're at old lady mall walker status.
Yeah, but maybe a little slower. 'Cause I'm not trying to go crazy or anything.
Right.
So yeah, I was doing that. Because, yeah, I'd just, like, sit on a bench. Usually there'd be, like, other older people who just sit down. Everyone always makes audible noises when they're older. Like, even if you're not in pain, you sit down and go, like, ugh. Like, that's just... I feel like that's just part of getting old. And you're just like, I don't even know why I did that. Like, it's not like... It didn't hurt. It's just, like, you just feel the need to audibly be like, ugh. I don't know what it is. When you're young, you don't do it.
Honestly, I wonder if it's instilled in us. Because there's been times where I have sat down and done like an ugh, but I know I don't need to. So sometimes I'll catch myself before I do it and be like, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it just feels good to do. Maybe it's like you're venting just the buildup of tension in your body. Oh my God, that reminds me. I saw some post somewhere. I don't know. They all blend together at this point. And it was like somebody posting a thing that said, I wonder what normal people are thinking about right now. And I was like, number one, this post already feels extremely normal. It's like the fact that they posted this just feels like that's normal to me. Of like, anyone else meme? It's like, okay. But then I was like thinking, there's probably like varying degrees of normal. Because like normal just means like something that everybody does, right? Or like if a lot of people are doing something, then that's the norm, making it normal. But if those people stop doing that thing and someone else keeps doing it, then they wouldn't be normal.
Yeah, so I mean, normal is only what you accept it to be. Like one thing you may consider normal, I might think is absolutely bonkers.
Exactly. So it's one of those things where I feel like, especially younger people, like when you're younger, you want to stand out and be like unique and cool, which is why everyone has their like has spork random phase, right? Because you're like, I'm not normal, I'm quirky and wild, and you're like, okay. But really you're just like everyone else that's like has spork, quirky, normal, you know?
I mean, it's also I dyed my hair black, or I started wearing baggy jeans, or I have a chain that links to my wallet, all the different phases of being a kid.
Yeah. So and I think as you get older, I think part of getting older is just realizing like it's okay to be normal in a lot of aspects. Like, you know.
Also, again, normal's not a thing. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There's what society says is fine, and then there's, we think that's weird. And that changes frequently. Sometimes things that I think are normal, I'm told are cringe now. I'm like, what do you mean? Since when?
Or like people in other countries might do something that's normal there, but it's not normal over here. That doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means it's different. So that's why I think people they can use normal in the term in a sense of like bad or like no, but it's not that. I don't think it's that bad. It's all right. Sometimes you want to be normal in a lot of different ways. Although granted, there's probably ways where I would say it's probably a lot of people where they're maybe like health stuff or like things where they're like, man, I just wish I could feel normal. Like that I could understand.
Like it's a turn of phrase, not an indictment of what is normal and what isn't. It's them being like, I want to return to like comfortability, a part of my life where I don't feel like I'm questioning all the stuff that I'm like, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like I wish my knee felt normal.
Right. But like what's normal for a knee? You know what I mean? Yeah.
So it's like that type of thing. But I feel like in the context I'm seeing it in, where people post a meme and they're just like, what's it like to be normal? I feel like they're coming from an aspect of I'm very unique and like cool, that like I'm not like normal people. Like what's it like to be normal? Like it's that type of attitude.
It's again, the internet is a great example of this is Final Fantasy 14 posted a thing that at Anime Expo, after it's over, they're going to host an event downtown in downtown LA. And I was like, okay, sounds fun. I'm not going to Anime Expo. That sounds like a terrible idea. But I would definitely show up to this event. And I went to go look at the responses. And all the responses were from people who definitely don't live in LA being like, it's a war zone there. What a terrible choice to have here. You should have it somewhere else. People aren't safe. And I was like, no. And I responded, as a person who lives in LA, ignore that. That is, there's protests in a 3 square block radius, and LA's 500 square miles.
Yeah.
Like, it is a very small pinprick on a map of where there are people protesting. Ignore everything you're seeing on TV. They're showing you the same 3 cars burning over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Waymo. Like, it's not a real thing that's happening. The media's making this big, crazy thing because ratings. And I was like, don't ignore that. I literally just went for a walk and got a latte. The city's fine. It is a beautiful day here in LA. It'll be a beautiful day in July when this takes place as well. Don't stress it. And all the comments that I got were like, I think people are really upset because they're afraid of ICE detaining them. And I was like, whoa. I was responding to something totally different. Like, why are you changing it now? Be like, well, see, Jesse, this is why you're the bad guy. Like, what do you mean? I was trying to say that everyone in the comments saying that it's a war zone in LA was just terribly misinformed. Yeah. And you're saying, well, the reason why people don't want to go, I was like, no. Go look at the comments. No one said that. Nobody said that information. You are intuiting stuff into this conversation that was not there. And it wasn't the fact that I got one person saying it. Multiple people replied that to me. Like, well, actually, Jess, I'm like, no. No, well, actually, the comment said this. I responded this, and you're adding a third thing? It's not allowed. You can't do that. And then when I responded, like, actually, I was just responding to the comments. I wasn't even talking about that. They were like, oh, well, good point. I'm like, you don't always have to fight on the internet. I genuinely believe some people's entire, how there are just some toxic people who always need, like, their normal is a constant state of fighting or being angry or outraged. Yeah, and so if they can't have it in real life, they take it to the internet.
Right.
And I genuinely believe some people just love to fight and love drama. And if they can't do it in person, they'll do it online and try to start stuff. And it's like, what?
Well, it's even easier online. You just do about anything. They did. Plus, it's definitely the people. They're not happy with anything. They'll just be like, here you go. This is your water. And they're like, oh, this water's room temp. And they're like, all right, I'll get it colder. And they make it colder. And like, nah, it's too cold. And it's just like, all right, I'll do this. They're like, this place sucks. Like, they're not doing my water right. And then you can tell that's just who they are. They're just always complaining about something.
There's definitely a personality type that is, I'm not happy unless I'm mad.
Yeah. No, that definitely is a thing.
I don't understand it, but I've definitely even dated one of those, so.
Yeah.
It's like, do we always have to fight? And it's like, yeah, we always have to fight. Like, why?
Some people just like fighting. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's the last thing I want to do.
Yeah, I don't want to fight. That's like so tiring. But I guess if that's your thing and you kind of get off on the idea of always being in a competition of words or trying to like one up someone verbally, or you're always like, drama makes you happy. First off, definitely see a therapist, please. But second off, yeah, it might be great for you, but it's not great for anyone else. Everyone else is stressing the hell out around you.
Yeah, no, that's like the toxic person that just drains everyone around him.
Yeah,
that's just like, oh, here we go.
Not a fan of that.
Yep,
but it's one of those things where, again, the minute I was like, if that, I wasn't talking about that. Everyone's like, oh, my bad. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, where in what I said did you pick up the information that you then, like, what? I just don't know. I just don't understand sometimes. Again, it goes back to the infamous, I like waffles. Yeah, well, pancakes are better.
Exactly. This is why I never try to argue anything online.
Yeah. Honestly, that's why people are like, Jesse, you don't post as much as you used to. There's a reason.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Unless I'm promoting something or it's something that I want like to be really like, oh my God, guys, look, it's a new movie trailer. I'll post that online. But these days, I don't have online opinions. I handle my stuff in real life. I'm done. I'm done with the internet. I'm done like the keyboard warrior stuff. Like I'm over it. I'll do real life things instead. That's stupid. I don't want to get in an argument with a 12-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's mostly what it is. Sometimes I'll be like, I just bought the new Lego Ninjago movie. My mom got it for me. And I'm like, oh no.
Also use my Roblox code, please. It's really cool.
Yep.
But you know what else is really cool?
Summer is here, and that means more warmth, more light, more time outside. And even though that doesn't mean Crendor and I will be that, most people, the normal people, wink, they'll be out and about doing their thing. That's probably you. And we all could use a sidekick when we're out doing our stuff that plays our favorite music, helps us listen to podcasts, and it even gives us crystal clear sound on phone calls all day long. That sidekick, my friends, is Everyday Earbuds by Raycon. Raycon's everyday earbuds are the perfect summer accessory. Whether you're going hard at the gym, you're enjoying the sun, taking work calls outside, jamming out at the barbecue, listening to your favorite tunes, whatever you enjoy, Raycon's going to help you do it better with premium audio that goes where you go. With 32 hours of battery life, it's better than ever before. With multi-point connectivity, it lets you connect 2 devices at once. Speaking of battery, the Raycon's quick charge function takes roughly 10 minutes to give you 90 minutes of battery. Earbuds also come with noise cancellation. This active noise cancellation is great. I have to turn it off though because it's almost too noise canceling and I need to know what's going on in my surroundings. I am still living in a world where I think about all the movies I've seen where someone walks out in the street and then is immediately killed in like a Final Destination way. I don't want that. I gotta know what's going on. The best part, of course, is that Raycon starts at just half the price of other premium audio brands. Raycon's everyday earbuds come in a spectrum of colors. We're talking, one of my favorite ones is kind of like a Jolly Rancher. It looks like a watermelon, so it's kind of green and pink. They've got all sorts of different colors, reds and purples and blues, neons. And that, of course, lets you be yourself. It lets you, show off a little bit more, be a little more flashy, or a farm, if you will. I'm still not sure exactly what that means, but you said it earlier, so I think I understand.
Yeah.
And if you aren't loving your Raycons, they'll give you 30 days of a happiness guarantee. No questions asked. You return it if you want. Go to buyraycon.com/Cox. Get 15% off Raycon's best-selling everyday earbuds right now. Raycon is offering 15% off those everyday earbuds. Again, only at buyraycon.com/Cox, C-O-X. Buyraycon.com/Cox. All right, let's go to Chopsticks. How's that traffic out there?
Oh my god, the traffic, let me tell you, it's crazy. It's backed up. There's so many people. They're blocking the roads because they're trying to get the Switch 2, which, I think they're out of them all over the place. Well, there's probably some places still got them, but yeah, watch out for that. It also looks like there's some sort of I can't think anything. There's a cat. Watch out. He's crossing the road. The cat traffic is traffic. Back to you.
The cat traffic is traffic. That's like saying a human. Wait, no, like a human is an ape. No, it's not. Not at all. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. You're going even worse than I am.
I was trying to think of like. Yikes. I will say though, there isn't a at least in LA, there isn't a problem with Switch 2s. Alex was telling me that when he went there, he got to the front and was like, "So, how many got left?" Like, "We have 140 left."
Oh my god.
So they definitely sent a lot of Switch 2s to LA at least.
Yeah, maybe it's just regional.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone at Nintendo's like, "Well, the market says," and they have algorithms that tell them where to ship them.
Yeah. But that's the traffic.
Okay, let's go to weather.
That's a very formal weather.
Thank you.
It was like an actual radio. It's like, all right, well, now
That's
let's
right.
go to weather.
Weather on the 5.
It's weather time. Weather on the 5s. Here we are. It's a weather request for holding down the weather We have
Holding
a
down the weather
request for Beep Bop Boop, San Jose, California. My hometown is a pretty blah, 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 typical city, but I wanted to share with you a staple restaurant of my childhood called King's Burger. Yes, not Burger King. King's Burger. It's an old small restaurant in the neighborhood that became predominantly Hispanic, that became Asian-owned. When you look at the interior pictures, imagine Mexican banda music playing. It is IMO, a shining example of a cultural mosaic. I ate here recently, and the food still tastes as fresh as I remember. Also, we have a poop snake in downtown Chavez Park.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me.
A poop snake?
Yeah. San Jose, California. Currently, it is 73 degrees. Feels like 73 degrees. Humidity, 41%. Pressure, 29.96 inches. Visibility, 10 miles. 5:46 a.m. sunrise, 8:29 p.m. sunset. 14-mile-an-hour winds. You got the dew point at 48 with a UV index of 7. And a moon phase of a waning gibbous moon. The 10-day, 76. Sunday, partly cloudy. Monday, 72, sunny. Tuesday, 77, sunny. Wednesday, 83, sunny. Thursday, 74, sunny. Friday, 71, sunny. Saturday, 77, sunny. And Sunday, 82 and sunny.
I mean, that's Southern California.
Yeah,
That's no shocker there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, San Jose is kind of middle California.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
But
Yeah, it's kind of middle.
it's SoCal vibes. Interestingly enough, upon seeing King's Burger,
Yeah.
all the sandwiches look very... So, in LA at least, maybe it is a SoCal thing, there's tons of little burger places called like Tommy's or John's or Bing Bongs or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all like this. They serve either a mix of Mexican and burgers and or some sort of Asian food and burgers. All over the place. It's just a thing that exists. And you can get like a double bacon barbecue burger, but also like a great burrito.
Right.
It's just a thing that exists everywhere. And this is a version of that is, I guess, one of the Asian versions.
Oh, yeah, I see that now.
But what's interesting about it is the King's Burger is the exact same logo and font as King's Hawaiian. And I think this used to be a King's Hawaiian, but they removed Hawaiian and just added burger.
I don't know. What is King's Hawaiian?
It's a bakery. It's like a bakery restaurant kind of place. They have the best donuts ever. It is, like if you go to the grocery store, you can find King's Hawaiian buns. They're like the sweet buns. It's just a Hawaiian bakery. But if you look it up, you will confirm to me that King's Hawaiian, the king in King's Hawaiian is the exact same font as the king in King's Burger.
Let's see.
And there is, in fact, a crown, so it almost looks the same, except the crown's a little different.
King's Hawaiian.
And I don't know if they're trying to capitalize on it, or this was an old King's Hawaiian that they then took over and made King's Burger.
Wait, King's Hawaiian does those rolls.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But in LA, you can definitely go to King's Hawaiian restaurants.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and you can like get donuts and stuff in the morning. I will say they're very good, but probably 12 million calories for one donut. They're like some of the best donuts I've ever had, but also dangerous. Just truly dangerous.
Let's see. I can see it. King's Hawaiian. Let's see. Yeah. Restaurant. And then King's Hawaiian. Oh, yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me, especially the fact that they kept the king name. So, like,
yeah.
it very well could have been.
Again, it definitely has when I used to have to drive to see my parents when they lived in Kentucky, on the way from Cincinnati to Kentucky, I wish I could tell you what road it is, but anyone who's driven this road will back me up on this. There is a place that so very clearly used to be a Waffle House. Except now it's an off-franchise, so they kept the waffle from Waffle House, but removed house and just replaced it with steak. So as you drive down the street, it says waffle steak.
Waffle steak.
Same font, same logo, everything. It says waffle steak.
Well, that's the weather.
Okay. Let's go to sports.
Sports. We've got sports. Currently, we have the NBA Finals that's tied at 2 games apiece between the Pacers and the Thunder. We got tonight's game of Florida-Edmonton that's also tied at 2 games apiece in the Stanley Cup Finals. We've got the baseball still going on, of course, which is Yankees first, Tigers first, Astros first, Mets first, Cubs first, and Giants-Dodgers first. A lot of people ask how all these teams are in first. That is because these are all separate divisions within a conference.
If you're curious.
Yeah, so it's a whole thing, all right? Then we've got let's see. NFL training camp. That's a thing going on. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy happening with sports outside of that. So, sports.
Sports. Okay. What is our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. The Night's Watch cloaks in Game of Thrones were made from IKEA rugs. The show bought the rugs, shaved them down, and then dyed them to make the cloaks.
So they derugged the rugs, but kept the lining, and that's what they used? Or I have so many questions. Also, what kind of rug do you think it was?
I don't know. Probably just the shitty rugs they got there, to be honest. 'Cause I mean, well, I don't know. That's actually curious because they got a whole bunch of rugs there, but
That's what I'm saying. They got all sorts of. Do you think it was a sheepskin, cowhide? Because Night Watch, right?
yeah,
The Night's Watch would
clothes.
have a hide of some sort. So maybe it was a Ullerschlev, or maybe it was a Coldbee or a Tuftlund. Dude, it had to have been a Tuftlund.
It had to be a
No, it
Tuftlund.
wasn't. No, dude, it was 100% in Ullerschlev. Because that looks like fur, and if you shave it down, it would look like one of those Night's Watch cloaks.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
I definitely, as a kid, can imagine putting that on and being like, I am Lord Jon Snow.
Well, I mean, they weren't even kids; they were just doing it for the show.
Yeah, they were getting paid, though.
That's
The only
true,
other time
yeah.
you get me to do that is if I was a kid.
Yeah. So there you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. All right. Who has come to us with tears in their eyes?
Dear illustrious sirs, with tears in my eyes, I come to you now, deepest of questions, in hopes that you may provide us mere mortals with but a fraction of your bountiful knowledge. What's
But a
both-
fraction.
What's both your favorite colors, and has it changed over the years?
I still, to this day, believe that my taste in colors is like my taste in drinks. And you'll vouch me on this. When I go out, I get a beer, and I get the fruitiest, girliest drink I can find.
Yeah, that's true.
All at the same time, I order both at once. And for me, I think it's because I like the color black and I like the color pink.
Oh, so those are like your favorite colors then?
Yeah, it's never changed. Never changed. I like pink. I like black.
Like
Black,
the,
I just think is like it can go with everything, and pink is like my fun side.
it's like the K-pop group.
Yeah, just like them.
Yeah.
I was Blackpink before they were. Yes, is what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
I love green and I love blue. Those are my two favorite colors.
I like green. I've been told green and blue accentuate my eyes, but I don't believe that at all. I'm fine with black. It works. It works for me.
Yeah, there's very chill colors, so I just like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of red, but I can do like a dark crimson or a maroon.
Yeah, I'm not a big red person. Just
Yeah, I like a dark. I'll take a dark blue or a black, and then pink. The exact opposite.
So there we go. And then, hold it down. Dear illustrious sirs, I come to you with tears in my eyes, coils draped in cloth and head covered in ashes. If you could hug an animal that you ordinarily wouldn't consider huggable, what animal would it be?
Wouldn't consider huggable?
Yes.
But it is huggable? Is that what we're trying to get? But like it kind of is?
Yes. Probably because it would attack you if you tried to hug it.
I would say a porcupine. They look super huggable, but there's no way I would want to.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good one.
It feels dangerous, you know what I mean? But like they look like little cutie pies.
Yeah. I'd probably say it's got to be a bear. Hank the Tank. There we go.
Damn. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, because like otherwise, Hank's probably going to attack you, but probably very huggable as well. Mm-hmm. And that's your dear illustrious sirs.
Crendor, it's that time. What's our news story of the day?
Our big news story of the day. Day. Hungry elephant raids grocery store in Thailand for snacks.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of which, a hungry wild elephant caused havoc in a grocery store in Thailand on Monday when he strolled in from a nearby national park and helped himself to food on the shelves. Videos of the
first off, how wild is this elephant if he knows to go to the grocery store?
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? Like,
civil.
it's not that wild.
He's a very civil elephant.
Yeah.
Videos of the incident showed the huge male elephant known as Plai Byong Lek briefly stopping in front of the shop located next to a main road near the Khao Yai National Park in
You're
northeastern
doing great,
Thailand.
man. You're doing great.
Yep. The elephant stopped in front of the shop's counter, calmly snatching and chomping snacks, and did not flinch as the national park workers tried to shoo him away. The elephant later backed out of the shop, still holding a bag of snacks with his trunk. He left little damage.
I like to imagine, he's holding, it's like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and he's using his trunk to pick them out.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
The elephant later backed out of the shop, still holding a bag of snacks with his trunk. He left little damage behind, except mud tracks on the floor and the ceiling of the shop.
That's my boy. I like that. Very Hank the Tank respectable.
He is. In a video posted on social media, Camploy Kakyu, the shop owner, appeared amused as she described the moment the elephant riffed her shop. She said she ate about 9 bags of sweet rice crackers, a sandwich, and some dried bananas she had bought that morning.
Yo, that guy wasn't an elephant. He was just high. 9 bags of rice crackers and a sandwich? I know people in L.A. who do that.
Camploy said the elephant left without hurting anyone after getting his snacks. Danai Sukanthachat, a volunteer park worker familiar with the elephants, said Plai Byong Lek, who's about 30 years old, is a familiar sight in the area and has been known to enter people's houses in search of food. This is the first time he'd seen him go into the grocery store. After he left the shop, he went on to open a bedroom window of another house, he told the Associated Press.
Oh my God. I don't know why. I know you just said open a bedroom window, but I swear to God you're about to say he went on to open a bed and breakfast. I was like, whoa.
That would be pretty great if he opened a bed and breakfast.
The elephant serves you. He's got to get the food somewhere, and it's the grocery store.
Yeah. Then I said wild elephants in the Khao Yai National Park area have been coming out of the woods to ransack people's kitchens for many years, but this year he started seeing them go into more random places. Estimated 4,000 wild elephants in 2024, according to the Department of National Parks, Wildlife, and Plant Conservation. As farmers push into forests for agriculture, elephants have been forced to venture out of their shrinking habitats in search of food, which seems to be a running theme in the wild.
Yeah, and every story like this where animal goes to people place to eat people food, it always ends with, we're really destroying their environment. Yeah. Anyway, what a fun story.
Yeah. So maybe we shouldn't be expanding that much.
Maybe we don't do that. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
And that's your news story of the day.
Okay, that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening or watching or ever enjoying the podcast. Crendor, hit up with the socials.
We've got socials, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word. Also, YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor. It's where you can find all the animations, but the actual podcast, YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, where you can ask your dear illustrious sir request and weather request.
Hell yeah.
Also, we're on Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud.
Hell yeah.
Also, we're on our own things. Twitch TV Jesse Cox, Twitch TV Crendor, YouTube Jesse Cox, YouTube Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor was taken, TikTok Crendor, TikTok TikTok Jesse Cox TikTok, and yes.
And yes. All right, that's it. We'll see y'all next time. And as always,
Shake the rhino.
to be continued.